Greenland is the world's largest island filled with beautiful icy landscapes, but could it become the 51st state of America?
Protecting Canada's backyard, a significant diplomatic move in Greenland.
If Denmark has any legal right, if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security.
The world's most powerful nation just tried to take an entire country by force, not in the Cold War, not in the 1940s. In 2026, Trump threatened military action against Greenland, a democratic nation and fellow NATO ally of 57,000 people. Greenland refused, Europe sent troops, NATO began to crack, and the entire global order that has kept the world stable for 80 years was suddenly on the table. But here is the question nobody is asking. While America was making the loudest noise in the room, which country was making the smartest move in the shadows? April 2026. Donald Trump is angry. NATO allies refused to back his war on Iran, so he opened his phone and posted 4 words that started an international crisis. That big, poorly run piece of ice, that was his description of Greenland. A sovereign nation, a people with thousands of years of history, reduced to 4 words on a screen. Greenland's Prime Minister, Jens Frederik Nielsen, did not stay quiet. He looked directly into the cameras and said, "We are not some piece of ice. We are a proud population of 57,000 people working every single day as good global citizens." Within hours, the clip was everywhere. But Nielsen was not finished. He issued a stark warning to every single NATO ally. The global order that has kept the world stable since World War II is being openly challenged. The real story was only just beginning. Let us go back to where this actually started, because the April insult was not the beginning. January 2026. The White House dropped a bombshell. Trump was actively weighing the use of military force to seize Greenland. Not buy it, not negotiate for it. Take it from a democratic nation and fellow NATO ally. European capitals did not wait. Germany acted. France acted. Multiple NATO nations flew military contingents directly to Greenland, not to start a war, but to deliver one unmistakable message to Washington. This nation is not yours. Diplomatic talks between Greenland, Denmark and the United States launched in late January and are still ongoing today. But pay close attention to what Nielsen said about those talks. I cannot see that his desire to either take over or control Greenland has been taken off the table. Trump temporarily stepped back after a meeting with NATO chief Mark Rutte. A vague framework was announced. Handshakes were photographed. The pressure paused. The ambition never did. And this is exactly where the story gets far more complicated. Here is the part most news channels will skip entirely. Trump is not the first American leader to want Greenland. He is simply the loudest. This desire goes all the way back to 1867, over 150 years of American offers, proposals and quiet strategic pressure. Presidents came and went. The answer from Greenland never changed. No, the reason America keeps returning is not complicated. Greenland sits at the precise intersection of 3 of the world's major powers, America, Russia, and Europe. That geography alone makes it one of the most strategically significant pieces of land anywhere on the planet. America already operates a military base there under a 1951 treaty. Trump was not trying to build something from nothing. He was trying to finish something 150 years in the making. And beneath the ice, rare earth minerals, oil reserves, and vast natural resources are becoming more accessible every year as the Arctic warms. But something else entirely is moving behind the scenes. Do not make the mistake of thinking this is a story about one cold island in the North Atlantic. For NATO, this is the most serious credibility test the alliance has ever faced. The entire foundation of NATO rests on one promise: attack one member and you attack all. If a member nation can threaten another with military force and face 0 consequences, that promise is finished. Every member state knows it, and every member state is watching. For Europe, this is not abstract. France and Germany did not send soldiers to Greenland for a photograph. They went because European sovereignty was directly on the line. For Greenland, American pressure has done something unexpected. It has accelerated the island's push toward full independence from Denmark. American aggression may ironically be the force that finally frees Greenland. For global markets, Arctic shipping routes, rare mineral supply chains, and energy prices are all moving with this story. And for every small nation watching quietly from a distance, the question is deeply uncomfortable. If international law cannot protect Greenland today, who exactly is it protecting tomorrow? But the most unexpected part of this story has not been told yet. Here is what nobody put on the front page. While America was making an enemy, Canada was making a friend. No announcement, no cameras, no dramatic speech. Canada simply and quietly opened a formal consulate in Greenland. A permanent presence, a handshake that said, "We see you as an equal, and we are not going anywhere." France did something similar. But Canada's move carried a completely different meaning. Because Canada lives next door to American power every single day. It understands weight better than anyone. Step back and look at what Canada actually did, because the timing was not accidental. At the precise moment America was publicly humiliating Greenland, calling its people poorly run, treating their land like a bargaining chip, Canada arrived with something America had completely forgotten to bring: respect. A Canadian journalist made the journey to Greenland, spent time with its people, and came back with an observation that cuts right to the heart of this entire situation. She described Greenland as a mirror. When Canada looks at this Arctic island being pressured by its powerful southern neighbour, it is not watching someone else's story. It is watching its own. A smaller nation, a giant next door, pressure that never fully disappears. Canada recognised itself in Greenland. And then it acted.